Hello, I'm Kath. I'm 45 and in the last 5 months, since kind of October and we're now in February, I decided I wanted to get into running. I've got two kids who are now nearly 12 and 10 and I have never been a runner, and I probably got into it mainly because I wanted to just prove to myself that I can do hard things. I'm rubbish at being consistent in the past, and also just kind of aware that I'm getting less healthy as I get older. So I am making this video for those people maybe who think, look at all those people doing these running videos and they're all amazing, but they're all amazing. Like, they're all generally very, very fit, and they're like, oh, I'm going really slowly at like an 8-minute mile pace. And I'm like, oh, I'm going slowly about a 15-minute mile pace. And I feel like, I'm not very good. I can't sleep, like I'm not very good, and life's hard enough. And there's enough of not feeling very good. So I wanted to make a short video to say I'm going to try my first kind of hour-long run using the Galloway method, which is the run-walk method. And I have done the magic mile thing, so I ran as hard as I could for a mile, and I can do it in around 9 minutes. I feel a bit sick at the end, don't know if that's what I'm meant to be doing. And that means I need to run for 2 minutes and have a 30-second walk and do it continuously. And I should also add I'm training for my first half, which is my first race. So probably about 8 months ago, before I even run anything, I tried to run a 5k on the treadmill. It was pretty heinous. I did about 45 minutes. And then when I started running more regularly, by the end of October, I could run around a 32-minute 5k, which is obviously quite an improvement. And now I go running 3 or 4 times a week, trying to incorporate some strength training. Also perimenopausal, I'm on HRT, generally fairly fit and well. But I found every time I tried to run from October and I tried to build it up and just run 4 times a week regularly, I kept getting knee and hip injuries. So I have started adding a lot more walking to my running practice anyway. So very much running, walk, run, walk, but just as I felt like it. And then there's a lot of stuff about the Galloway method, and I thought I'm going to try it and do a similar time that I often run for, and just see if I run walk it, if roughly how far I go and how I feel afterwards. Because I did a pretty hard push on Saturday, because I've got a half marathon in less than a month, my first one. And I did 10 miles and I pushed it, and I felt really exhausted at the end and got a bit of foot pain and a bit of hip pain, and I thought, this is a bit much for my body. So I'll give it a try and let you know. Okay, because I think it's nice to see people who maybe aren't, haven't been running for as long, and some people might find it a bit more relatable to see someone who is not a runner. Although I am anyone who runs is a runner. I've never been a long distance runner, never ran cross country, and I saw those things of like, oh, if you run cross country in school, that would be able to pick it up, and I'm like, no. Used to do the occasional sprint and play a bit around us. So yeah, just wanted to reach out and see if this relates to anyone who is getting into running for the first time, maybe in their 40s, maybe finding it all very challenging. And it's gradually getting easier for me after 5 months in, and I'm doing another reason is partly I do more walking, and also that I'm doing a lot of hip strengthening exercises to try and improve my foot landing phase. I'm a physio as well, so I've been doing quite a lot of work on quad strengthening and hip strengthening. Yeah, all right, I will go out and let you know how I get on. Hi, I'm on my third walking 30-second break. For me, I'm too used to walking and really kind of letting my breath settle, so I find like I don't want to keep going after 30 seconds. But I'm going to try and do it for the full at least 40 minutes. Oh, time to go. Yeah. And also a big lesson I've learned is having my watch. I've got a Garmin watch, one of the Forerunners, not a particularly good version, one of the cheaper ones. And mainly to hold myself accountable for keeping fit and logging it and seeing what my heart rate's actually doing. And one thing I will say is that it keeps beeping at me to tell me
I'm not in zone 3, and I feel like I'm in zone 3, and I've changed my settings so that my zone 2 is bigger and now I struggle to get in zone 3 a little bit. So do what works for you, but personally I just want my phone to be for me when I have to walk or run, and not when I'm going too fast or too slow most of the time. Okay, trying my first high 5 energy gel, because I'm going to have to start trying to use these on my half, because I'm going to be running for at least 2.5 hours. I mean, it's pretty intense. Right, gotta keep running. I'm just going to have this and then run. Quite drinkable, quite easy to do when you're walking. Yeah, important to fuel properly, and I'm still learning how to do that, and I don't really have a clue. Hello. Right, I'm in my bra. I've got like everything tied around my waist and I'm running, and I just said to these women who are wearing their coats all walled up, I said, sorry, got a bit hot, and they went, yeah, you're being a bit brave. And I thought, oh, is that with how I look, or is that because it's not very warm, or the fact that I'm just trying to get fitter? I don't know. And you know what, we're all different shapes and sizes, and those of us, a lot of us are on here, we're just trying to get fitter. And so I say, do whatever works for you, and good on you for doing it anyway. So I'm just proud of myself for getting out here on a bit of a drizzly day in the UK and having a go. Right, I'm nearly half an hour in, and it's actually quite a nice rhythm in terms of, it's really nice to know when you're out of breath that every 2 minutes you get a little opportunity for a walking break. And actually, we'll see, but maybe it makes me feel that I can get a bit more out of breath as well, which is really not the point. So yeah, already my 11th walk, so actually not, I don't know how far in, 22 minutes or something, but yeah, feeling like it's probably slightly easier at the moment. Again, I'll let you know near the end. Hello. Right, I've just done a gentle run with an average heart rate of 154. I can't actually see how long I did, but I thought I'd get an accurate picture. So I did 3.7 miles and feel probably like I could keep going for longer. I think I probably pushed it slightly too hard in my run zones, because I was running probably a minute and a half faster than I do. So generally on a long run, slow run, I'll do between 11 and 12 minute mile, and I was generally doing around 9.5 to 10, and then walking. But my average pace is 11:20, which is really similar to when I'm just running slowly and probably finding it harder. So yeah, I'm going to try and do probably an 8 or 10 miler this weekend, jeffing all the way, and keep it to a similar pace, but just slow down a little bit and not have my watch beeping at me to tell me I'm going too fast or too slow.